Hello and welcome to episode 138 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode will be on making a large storage unit. Before I begin, however, I just want to say that recently Wurm Unlimited got a huge update pushed across from Wurm Online. Wurm Online has had this update since about last November. There is a ton of new content now in Wurm. It is safe for me to say there has never been a better time to start playing Wurm, whether that's Wurm Online or Wurm Unlimited. Or to start playing it again, in fact. You know, like say you bought it nearly 15 months ago when this series was started, and maybe you've given it a rest for a year or 6 months. Now's a good time to come back. And that's what I hope to be showing you over the coming episodes, as there are some wonderful additions to the game. I will, over the coming episodes, like I say, take a close look at each of these changes. Perhaps maybe it will take me time. Treebeard does take time after all to get through all of the different subjects, but in due course I will get there eventually. And also, I want to try and demonstrate their use or purpose for these new items that I'm going to be showing you. Suffice to say, I expect to still be making episodes on Wurm a year from now, easily. Anyway, say hello, Rainstorm.
Hi everyone, Rainstorm here.
Thank you, Rainstorm, for joining me again for this episode. It was important that you was here, because this is like a huge new update, isn't it? And did I get it right? Was it since last November that Wurm Online has had this update?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah,
it was last year, and then they finally put this in beta in February and just released this on the 6th.
Yeah, so it's not long been out in Wurm Unlimited, so never a better time to cover the content bit by bit. I'm not going to go about it haphazardly as I did when I first started the Wurm series, where I tried to condense too much information into each episode. If you do that, you know, every individual only has so much information they want to take in on a new subject before they just switch off or it becomes disinterested with it. So I've learnt by my mistakes, learned by my lessons daily, and so with this new content update, because there is just an extreme amount of new stuff that's come to Wurm, I shall this time attack it logically and dissect it into different smaller little biteable chunks which y'all will be able to digest much more easily. So that's why I'm going to start with the large storage unit. But first, before we get to that, here is something new to Wurm to grab your attention. Me and Rainstorm will now proceed to have a snowball fight. Okay, so this is a new change, one of the new changes to Wurm. What you can do now, you don't have to have anything activated. Just simply, when it's winter time and there's snow on the ground, you need obviously snow to have a snowball fight. You just right click on the ground, and if you are on a tile which has not recently had its snow collected, or if you're on the correct type of tile, let's put it this way, if you're on the correct type of tile and it's not had snow recently gathered from it, when you right click there should now be an option that says collect snow. So let's bring up my inventory and you'll see what happens when I left click. So I'm going to left click, there you are, it's now gathering snow up. Now because there was only a tiny bit of snow, I only got one snowball. So let's try another tile. If I right click, collect snow, oh, only one on that. So these, it works the same way as it does with grass. If the grass is tall, you get lots of grass when you cut it. The same with snow. If there's only a light splattering of snow on it, if it's not very deep, you'll only get one snowball. But if you go to a tile where there's a lot of snow, it's deep, then you will gather more than one snowball. All of these, there was only a little bit of snow, it didn't snow much, so we haven't got much snow here. Yeah, so sometimes you can get lucky and you'll gather lots of snowballs. I got up to 5 snowballs off of one tile. So now what we're going to do, me and Rainstorm, we're going to find each other. And we're going to demonstrate a snowball fight. Are those sheep? Sorry. Yeah, go on.
And you can actually throw them from inside your house if you're in view.
Can you?
Because I hit you twice.
Oh, you're being sneaksy, are you? Tricksy, I should say. As Gollum would say.
You can't miss.
Oh, I know that. Right, so let's demonstrate. No, you've got to stand still for this. For all our viewers, you have to stand and take it. So, because we don't want to risk missing now, do we? So anyway, I've got 14 snowballs. I should hit you with one of them for sure. Okay, so what you do, activate your snowball, right click on the person and left click throw. And if you're successful, you see there, right across the tush.
I saw where you hit me.
Right, so let's do it again with Rainstorm moving away.
Oh, I'm looking for snow. I think everybody's been collecting it already.
Yeah. Yeah, they certainly have. Oh, there you go. You see, I just got her again.
And snow is good for other things, but that'll be in another episode.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it'll be a good one.
It really will.
Yeah, Rainstorm's getting pounded. He obviously didn't prepare like I did.
More snow. We used it all.
You will notice this. Oh yeah. I've stripped this ground of the snow. You will notice eventually the snow melts away. So at the moment, Rainstorm's peppered. Not Rainstorm. What's your name on this one? Snowstorm is peppered with snowballs.
It's only appropriate for the episode.
I'm just glad it's not Thunderstorm. That's usually when I'm in the doghouse.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not supposed to agree. Let's throw another one just for good measure. So there we go, you get the idea. You can pepper someone with snowballs. Usually, of course, they'd be throwing them back.
Yeah, but I can't find any. I already threw all mine.
But the cunning gamester has stripped all the ground around here to make sure that Rainstorm cannot get any snowballs to fire back. You see, if you're going to go into a battle, make sure the odds are tipped in your favour. It only makes good sense. Now I shall go and hide. And all the snow will have melted before she finds me. But anyway, what was this episode supposed to be on, Rainstorm?
Storage unit. The new large storage unit from the new update.
There you go. Let's get back on track, shall we?
I got more snowballs. I'm getting you back.
Well, the good news is I don't think y'all will be able to see me getting hit by snowballs. Come on, I'm getting hungry. And thirsty.
You in the arm. Yay.
Yeah, it doesn't show when I look at my screen, thankfully. So there we go. There's something new you can do with you. Surprise your friend next time you yeah, I don't know where that hit, but that was below the marker, I think. Next time... Will you behave?
Okay, I'll behave.
Next time you log into Wurm Online or your Wurm server with your friends, you'll be able to take them by surprise if it's winter time with a snowball in the tush. Nothing like that to wake them up. Of course, they won't know it because they won't see it, but you sure will. So there you go. There's something new. There's one of the little changes that they've had to Wurm. But on with the main episode. So before me is all the materials for us to proceed with making this large storage unit. So let's talk about the skill and the skill level you will need in order to make a large storage unit. To make a large storage unit, you will be using the carpentry skill, and you will need at least level 30 in carpentry. At level 30, you will have a 17% chance to make a large storage unit with a quality level 1 nail and quality level 1 plank. This will increase, however, if you use a quality level 57 plank and a quality level 65 nail. It will then jump to a 50% chance. So depending on the quality of your nail is your success chance on making the large storage unit. Okay, so next, why would you want to make a large storage unit? Well, in my pocket I have a few items that over the last year or so has plagued us with having nowhere proper to store them. A few examples are barding for your horse, fishing rods, they're too big for your chests and everything else, except for the coffins, which actually is my favourite, but never mind. And lastly, your saddles. These 3 items you will be able to store in abundance within a large storage unit. To be exact, you will be able to store 100 of each of these items in the different shelves. So we're going to take a look at that. Next, we're going to look at the total amount of materials needed in order to make one of these. You are going to need 3 small rafts, 15 planks, 4 large nails, 4 iron ribbons and 10 pegs. So let's just grab all of this.
One other item you can stick in the large storage unit are shields. They wouldn't fit in the large racks.
Oh yeah, well you can demonstrate that in the end, can't you?
Yep.
Okay, right, so that's enough to do with. You really only need 1 large nail and 1 plank in order to start making the large storage unit. Okay, so now here's something important to know about before you make a large storage unit, and basically that is when you make it and it gets placed on the ground, it's going to be placed sideways. So looking like I am ahead of me, it's going to be placed sideways against this wall. If I was to stand over here opposite the wall, like so, it would be placed sideways facing the wall. So that means that the front of it would be facing this way on the path. So before placing, make sure you stand next to facing the wall like so. Then that way, when you place it, it will be up against the wall. So let's demonstrate what I'm waffling about, shall I? Okay, so I'm going to stand here.
Been a lot of waffling today too.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a whole load of new content. That means I can do a whole load of new waffle, for goodness sake. And I think there's plenty of syrup, so what are you worried about? So I'm going to place it here. Now don't worry, Rainstorm can destroy it, so it's okay. She won't mind me messing up the side of this wall. So in order to make the large storage unit, you need to, I'm going to show you both ways, old school and new school. To make it old school way, activate a large nail, right click on a plank, go over create, storage, and you will see it. Large storage unit, and you can see I've got it at 91%. That's because my carpentry skill is 80, nearly 81, so hence why it's so easy for me to make. But to show you through the recipe window way, oh, notice that there's a new cooking icon. Yep, I'll be getting to that, but that's another episode. Well, that's many more episodes, and they'll all be good ones. So let's click crafting. Let's go to the recipe window and let's type in large storage. That's all you need to do, large stove. And you will see here that it's going to use carpentry as the main skill, the only skill. And also here it's going to list the total contents, which I've told you already. So what I'm going to do is right click on it, add it to the crafting window. Okay, we got our large storage unit there, we got the plank, we got the nail. Let's click create, and I'm going to whack it up to 4 tries. And there we go, it looks just like a pile of wood. So now what I need to do, right click on that, add it to the crafting window, and you will see that I now need to add all of these items. So let's do the large nails first of all. Okay, let's do the iron ribbons. Let's do the pegs. Now with this new huge update, furnishings on your deeds do not take damage. With respects to the large storage unit, with what me and Rainstorm have read from the Wurmpedia, it suggests that items will not rot in it. But that remains to be seen. I mean, we will test it over time, and if items do take damage, we will mention it. If they don't take damage, we will say nothing, and you can presume that items do not take damage in the large storage unit. We will tell you if they do start to take, or you'll see yourselves if you make one. Anyway, let's do the rest of these pegs. So that means you've got somewhere to store your fishing rod, and it's not going to get damaged anymore. So you can come back in 6 months if you take a break, and lo and behold, your marvellous, rare, superb fishing rod will still be there.
That was my rares.
Yeah, I know, I'm giving you it back, don't you worry. Unless of course you forget, then I've got myself a lovely rare fishing rod.
No, Snowstorm made that one.
Did she?
Rain stole it from her.
There you go, you see. Alright, let's see if I can pick them all up. No, I can't. I can only carry 2. I need to perhaps go back to the gym. Right, okay, let's put them in there and continue. Right, just one more to do. Let's pick it up.
Now, I don't know how it's going to land when you make it on the ground like that. I made it in inventory.
Right, well, let's just see.
Yep, same thing.
Right, let's step back. Okay, so now what you can do is perfectly lined up with the wall, but alright, not perfect. Nothing's perfect with what I do. You should know that by now. For goodness sake, how long have you been watching my episodes and you think I do anything perfect? So now what you can do is move it and push it a little if it's not lined up. You know the deal. With anything that you place down, you can rearrange it exactly to your liking. You can pull it and push it any which way you like. But for me, that's good enough. Don't matter if a quarter of the doorway's blocked by it. So let's now demonstrate its usefulness, its purpose in this worm life. So what you do, you right click on the large storage unit, left click open. You will then see that you have 3 shelves. You cannot add any more shelves. That is it, you have 3 shelves. But the good news is each shelf will fit 100 items. So let's say you wake up one morning and say to yourself, I'm going to make myself 100 fine fishing rods today because I know I can store them all in my large storage unit. Or it might be you say that you're going to make 100 saddles or even 100 chain bardings because you're that way inclined. But there you go, you now have your perfect storage solution, and bear in mind that that's the equivalent of 3 coffins taking up the space of a quarter of a tile. That, my friends, is very cool, because what that should tell you is that we've got a whole load of new storage containers that are going to save us a tremendous amount of space. This episode is only touching upon the large storage unit, but as the episodes unfold, you're soon going to realise that there's all different types of storage units. Well, they might even have different names to that, but you're going to see now that there are marvellous ways to store a tremendous amount of items within a very small area of a tile. And that has got to be one of the nicest things about this large storage unit. The fact that you can store all them really large items now in such a small space, in such a small area. That's strange. I moved a rare fishing rod into the storage and I've still got one in my pocket. How weird. Oh well. It's corrected itself now.
I tried the shield, it did not work in there.
Oh wait a minute, it's eaten my fishing rod. My fishing rod's gone now. Oh, there it is. Oh no, mine was fine. I'm losing the plot. Wow, here we go. It's all going to go south from here. So I've put the rare fishing rod back in for you, so I can't be accused of taking it. And just to show you all, there you go, look, 2 of them. So you can imagine you can fit 100 in that, 100 fishing rods in there. Be my guest, give it a try. Go and make 100 fishing rods and see if you can prove me wrong on that. Not that I want you to, but that's just what me and Rainstorm are guessing. It does say on the Wurmpedia 100 items, doesn't it, Rainstorm?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so there you go. Give it a test, give it a try, and see if it's true. Okay, so is there anything else, Rainstorm, you'd like to add to this?
No. Just the shield wouldn't fit in, so we still need something to be able to put shields in.
Oh, that's another episode. And it'll be a good one. So, nothing else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, would you like to say goodbye?
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Well, thank you very much again, Rainstorm. I don't know how many episodes we've done now recently. We've done quite a few though, haven't we? Have you been counting? Do you know how many do you realise how many we've done now?
A lot.
Yeah, it must be quite a few.
Thumbs down whenever I do.
Oh, you just stop it now. There's lots of grumps out there and they're all entitled to be. They wish to be. But it's not because of you. I get thumbs down. It's just life. Anyway, thank you very much for helping me and joining me in this episode. There's going to be many more to come, hopefully. Eh? Right, to the rest of you, I will say wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.